Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, we're here. We got some extra time here today, hopefully. Let me get that camera over here. I think I bumped into it. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for joining me here. Let me verify that sound real quick. All right, sounding good. Hey, folks, AJ, the CEO here again. We come here every Friday to try and do some stuff to help you out with your media ministry. You ask me anything. I don't know everything, but I can answer as best as I possibly can. I was supposed to be out of town this weekend. Those plans got changed. So I am here. I'm going to see how long we can go today. Typically, we go for 2 hours. I'm going to target 4. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't have enough juice, some crystal light to get me through here. Through my parchness of talking, but we'll see what we can do here. Thank you so much. We got a bunch of people out here. Before we get started, big shout out to this special lady there, if she's still there in the crowd, Wavani. Hello. She's dropping in on some of her appointments throughout the day, so I appreciate that. If I miss your question and you have some questions for me, folks, hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com. Just realize when I do a lot of this stuff, folks, I had people email me, and I'm going to say this again as nice as I possibly can. I appreciate y'all reaching out, people sending me messages on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything like that. I cannot call you, meaning that some people would email me saying, hey, give me a call when you have a free moment. I just posted a video right before this went that shows a typical day of what I do. I cannot call you. That's the reason why I have the stuff set up. Consultations, not to just try and take your money. When I set up a consultation, it's an appointment. It's rare that I can ever call you on the blue in the middle of the day of what I'm doing, because most of the time I have a full docket of stuff on my schedule. So nicely, most of the time, all of my stuff has an automated response saying, hey, if you want some time, schedule something. Phone call, whatever. It's dedicated time. It's on my calendar so that you're in the agenda. I live by my calendar. Just popping in is kind of random. But anyway, last week, I hope everybody had a good Father's Day. Last week, that's why we didn't have our roundtable, but we will have one this Sunday. All the information on the Facebook group. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, check it out. Link is right here. Or just go to Facebook and look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. And we have around 3,000 media ministries there sharing. It's like a Q&A every day that we got on there. What else am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, I didn't do the link for the consultation. So you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations to book that stuff. We got a bunch of stuff coming up next week. I have a bunch of other projects coming on. We are going to be back at Epworth to do add some screens to their setup. We're also going to expand their Wi-Fi and ultimately going to probably switch over all of their security cameras over to the Unify stuff in the future. But we've already got the purchase order, already got the funds in for that project. I'm gonna be back up in Baltimore. If I could do it this weekend coming up, even though I know that's the 4th of July weekend, might be able to not be able to do that. But the weekend after that, we're gonna be back at Bristol, Pennsylvania, with Miss Phyllis. Go up there, do some tweaking on their sound system. We're gonna be at Hood Temple AME, trying to hopefully finish that project up next week. We finished up finished up Good Shepherd's screen. I need to get back over there to configure it because I was just trying to get it up so that people could see that they're both there. We're going to configure that. Should only take about like an hour to tweak that stuff. Try and fit that in maybe Monday, maybe Wednesday, something like that, because we're going to be at Hood Temple Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we got a bunch of consultations. We're going to be back down in Isle of Wight, Smithfield area on Tuesday for a consultation and catch back up with my friend Chris. We did some cabling at his house and set up his house for a YouTube studio as well. We're going to be there. I think the work is done. We'll be able to do the finishing touches on that. And we're going to be rolling. So again, real thankful about that. But anyway, enough of me blabbing. See, you hear you're going to get called out. Wavani says, I need to book a consultation. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. All right. So let's see. Holla at some folks here. Parker. Hello, hello. Chad. Hello. Brian. Hello. Cares of the Covenant. Leroy. Hello. Bruce. Hello, Dwayne. Good morning, Mike from Canada. Hello, Mike. How's were you in the area where all that stuff was burning and the skies were red and everything there? How far away were you from that? Anthony, what's going on? Hello. Larry, hello. Monty, what's going on, sir? Your daughter is adorable, man. I see the pictures. She's adorable. Keith, hello. RC, hello. Darius, what is going on? T from Boston, what's up? Mr. Clarence, hello. Alex, hello. All right, so let's go in reverse. Actually, also I did it already, but if you haven't, folks, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell notification. That way you get notified when we come with other stuff. I haven't talked about it in a while. We're at 57,200 subscribers. And remind y'all of the giveaway that we're going to be doing every goal we hit. So the next goal is going to be 60,000. And we're going to be doing a $2,000 live streaming bundle giveaway. Heard from AJaytheCEO. They're supposed to be sending me a camera to do a review. And that would be a part of one of the giveaways, hopefully. If not, we go with what we got. If you want to be a part of that giveaway, that is the address that you can go to. It should be in the description as well, too. I'll tag it if it's not there. And I think that's about it. All right, so let's go ahead and send your questions this way, folks, and we will see what we can do to answer y'all's questions. And we're going to be dragging this one out a little bit, not hopefully to bore you, but to actually have some stuff going on to help y'all out. So let's jump to this one. Larry has, I have a Bird Dog NDI PTZ cameras, and I want to use them with NDI HX3 Wi-Fi. I was advised to go to NDI 5 and use the NDI bridge. Don't know about port forwarding, but maybe you can help. Okay, that is a mouthful. And let me see what we can do about that. Let me go here. So for those who don't know, NDI is a protocol that can send video and audio and do some controls over your network. A lot of cameras, like the camera behind me, actually does that as well. This is my NDI one that's tracking, the AI tracking one that we did. So yay, you can see me and all that other stuff like that. That can do stuff. I'm assuming Larry's either using vMix or using OBS with an NDI plugin, because if you're using the ATEM or any type of switcher that's not by NewTek, it's not going to work because they're competitors. Unless Blackmagic decides to buy their license, that's not going to happen anytime soon. We'll see. All right, so let's go over to the desktop real quick. So this is the NDI bridge. This is NDI 5, and this is the bridge. So NDI cards only support limited simultaneous compression streams. Okay, whatever. I'm going to change all this up because I didn't know I was going to do this. Let others join your NDI bridge. Okay, and it's talking about port forwarding. So I'm going to definitely change all this. I'll switch this up a couple of times so it doesn't really matter. So it doesn't, y'all can try it. It ain't going to work. But anyway, because my router is going to block this. So talking about port forwarding. Now, this all depends on the type of router that you have. I actually have a Unify one. And let me put it in a decent place that's not giving away all my secrets. And we can hopefully try and get you an idea of how this stuff works. All right, hold on. It's showing too much info right now. Hold on. Had way too much info showing. Let's refresh. All right, I'm trying to get somewhere so I can show you here on my router. It looks like my Unify stuff did an update and it won't let me hide some of this information. Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to give, I'm already showing too much info here. Give me 1 second. This is the beauty of doing stuff on the fly. Where's this at? Traffic. Come on, man. All right. I'm gonna have to just jump over here. They moved what I was looking for. We're looking for port forwarding. All right, so here we go. All right, so hopefully I'm not gonna navigate away from this because they did an update, so I want to be careful of what info I show on here. All right, so in my router, we have port forwarding here. So the idea is you have the main IP address coming in that your router is giving you, your ISP is giving you. So just say it's like, I don't know. Actually, let's do a diagrams.net. Let's see if we can do that. And I think that will probably make this a lot simpler to explain. All right, so we got our internet right here, right? We got our cloud. And then we're having our ISP provide us with our internet. So I'm going to do a modem. So we got our modem right here. And from here, this is going to come into our system, right? This is what you got here. So this is going to be a public IP address. I don't know. I'm just going to make up something. Say it's like, 150.1.1.198, something like that. That's the IP address that your ISP is giving you. It hits your router. Typically, your router will then assign a different network internally. Typically, it's 192.168.0.1 through 254, something like that, or some variation. It could be 10.0.0.1, something like that. And then you have your computers and everything connected behind this. And I know we're giving a high-level overview of everything behind here. So you have your computers and stuff like here, right? And it won't let me move it. Maybe I shouldn't have selected them all. AJ. So you got your stuff like this, right? And then when your router assigns this stuff to everybody like this, it hands out a different IP address in that range. So that's 192.168.0.10. Then 192.168.0.11. 192.168.0.50. You get the concept. So it goes through a bunch of stuff like this. So typically, if your router and your firewall is good, it won't assign certain stuff and it protects. So no one from here can get directly to any of these systems. This typically has a firewall inside of here. So port forwarding means that if you're looking for a port, say, I don't know what that NDI one is. What is it? All right, so this port is 5990. Now let me see if they actually have this tool that I used to use. Scan ports, GRC. Your shield's up. All right, so this is like a tool, an old tool that will scan the ports that are getting ready to hit that are available for your router and stuff like that. So we're gonna scan common ports. So this is the IP address that Verizon is giving me. That is not my internal stuff. So here, as you can see, these are the typical ports, and all of these are shielded because my router is hiding them. Now, what we want to do with port forwarding that port that's coming from the bridge is 5990, which is not a common port here. What we want to do is when somebody hits that address of, I'll just use mine. Well, actually, let's go back to the other one. If we go here and somebody hits the 150.1.1.198 port 5990, the router will block that. What we want to do is say, no, when somebody hits that IP address with 5990, we want to forward that port to a specific computer. So say it's this one that we want to send it to. And I thought it was going to let me change the color. So we want to send it to this one. So when somebody puts in the port, we want the router to route it to there. So again, hopefully y'all understand that. So for me, if I was doing something like this, I would make a new port forwarding here. I would say, what is this rule? And I would say NDI bridge. And what is it coming through? My WAN, my wide area network that's coming in from my ISP. I'm only using one. From anything, the port is 5990. And then I want to forward it to the computer that's on my network with an IP address. So I'm just going to pick something 192.168.0.199. And then what's the port? Also 5990. So that means when somebody hits my network, the IP address that's going to my router, giving to me from my ISP with :5990 to access that port, instead of the router ignoring it, it is going to route to this computer. So just like if I go back here so you can see the port forwarding again, I have that on my telephone, my Unify Talk. It's on port 6767. So when somebody hits my main router, hits that IP address, and it hits 6767, it reroutes to a different destination. I hope that makes sense. That's the setting. Now, it's kind of difficult for me to tell you specifically what you're going to use because I don't know what type of router you have. Typically, any modern router does have some type of port forwarding, but that's really what it is. You go to port forwarding, you're opening up a hole in the firewall so that it can actually address that port. And when it hears a call, it listens and hears a call on that port, 5990, if you're using the NDI bridge, it will reroute to another one. Now, with that being said, if all your cameras are in the same network, you don't need to do any port forwarding. This is only for if you want to let somebody who's outside of your network come connected in. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to pause just for y'all to process what I just said. And let me know if you have any other questions about that. And we'll address that more for now. Darius was saying, hey, just finished watching the day in the life. A whole lot going on. Yeah, that was a slow day, to be honest. Mr. Clarence and Wavani are in Maryland talking about cloud and rainy here. I haven't looked outside. I think it's a little rainy out here as well, too. Mike saying, I won't be able to be a part of the round table, but should be able to catch the next one. Awesome. Alex saying, I'm on the drums now in our evening service, but have got a minute to say hello. Well, thank you so much, and hello. C. Anderson from Francisco. I was going to go to San Francisco this weekend. I really was. I wanted to get away so bad. I was getting ready to go, and I was going to do it, except for the return flights for me to be back here in time. They shot up like crazy in price. So I was like, maybe another time. Leon from Quakertown, PA, thank you so much for stopping by. And Mike was saying, no, he wasn't close to the fire, but my brother was not far where he was. Oh, wow. Dean, what's going on here? AJ, I used the one XP player yesterday with the PTZ. The client it was a PTZ option, and I had vMix installed on it for a simple vMix call. Worked good. Awesome. I love having extra options to try out other stuff as well, too. Robert here. I have an AV Matrix HVS0402U, and I want to do lower thirds and a logo using Uno overlays. Can I use the DSK to accomplish this? Let me look up that exact model because I am not familiar with that. Matrix HVS 0402 uniform. All right, so that switcher is this one. Let's see. I'm sorry for yawning. I just realized I didn't take my meds this morning. So this is going to be fun. All right, it's a 4-channel auto detecting HDMI input, 1 program out, 1 multi-view out, 1 USB-C out. And it has an upstream key, downstream key for logo. So yes, it can do the logo one. Downstream key and logo overlay. So technically, yes, you should be able to do that. Yeah, I think it's straightforward. Now, I haven't used it personally, so I can't tell you verbatim, but yes, you should be able to do that because I think that's what it's accenting. So the logo one would be embedded there, right here. So I'm assuming you could probably do that management over USB or a disk, USB disk that you can connect to it to bring over the assets. So yes, you should be able to do all of that. Again, I can't tell you step by step because I haven't personally used it and I don't have one, but it says you should be able to. Brother Art from Phoenix, hello. Philip Paul from Malaysia, hello. And that's some folks helping each other out. Going back to T. Hey, the cable we were discussing to do lower thirds, the USB to HDMI, and then the converter. Do you have a particular one you use? Also, is the USB not the display port correct that I need to convert to HDMI? No, what we're gonna do in that one, T, is let's come over here. Let's go to the Amazons. And it doesn't, I've used a couple of these USB to HDMI. Like this is the last one that I've used. It's a USB 3.0. It's going to output in 1080p. The computer you got is fast enough to do this. Just get it in a USB 3.0. And, you know, really simple. You connect that and then you need to convert that over to, need one of these. The reverse and HDMI to SDI, and then I will connect to the ATEM SDI Extreme, and that would give you another output. Now, inside of that, if I can open up my presenter. What? It's corrupted a computer. Oh, I forgot. I upgraded my system. I added a new processor, and for whatever reason, everything is thinking that I have a new system. So I need to find my license here. I can't do that right now. It's going to take me a minute to find that. I lost a couple of licenses on some stuff. And I didn't think just changing the processor, that's all I changed, would knock that out. So I'm trying to find my license, sorry. Of course, it's not going to make it easy. I can't find it right now. I really don't know. I hate when I'm trying to do something and I wasn't expecting this. This is why I always tell y'all, it's not win something. I mean, being prepared to avoid all this other stuff. The stuff is going to happen sooner or later. Thank you for your order. That's okay. Here, no. This is mine. Okay. Sorry about that. This is not how I wanted this to go. I'm trying to get my license activated. All right, I'm activated, but it won't let me do it the way I want to. Joy. I got to deactivate the same computer because it's picking it up as something different. Anyway, let's come in here to preferences, go to screens. When that new device is connected, you'll just pick it as a new screen, and now you'll have an option in here, another physical connection. So like right now, I have 5 screens. I would pick that other one T. So when it shows up, you'll see that new screen. First, you set it in here, and then in the ATEM, you need to detect it as another one. So, yeah, and I need to get some way to deactivate my license. Joy. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway. Mike was saying, I want to join your NDI bridge. Streets of Destiny. New thermal paste and CMOS battery Windows 10 Pro. Y'all funny. Al. Hey, AJ, I need some help. We have an ATEM Mini Pro with 2 cameras, and we are extending the view to other offices using HDMI over Cat6. But they want to view only the camera source and not other materials we project on our LED screen. Worship, how would I accomplish this? Put a splitter in between the camera and before it touches the ATEM. If they only want to see the camera feed, put a splitter in between it so that the camera feed is going to the splitter, the 1x2, 1 in, 2 out, have the one of the outs go into the ATEM, have the other one going directly to the TV or to your extender, and then that's all they're ever going to see. That's the easiest way to do that. Hope that helps y'all. Mike also was saying the other option for NDI is NDI remote. That is a little bit simpler to get up and going. Thank you for that. All right. Brother Art is sending me the specs of his system. Did I miss something on here? Let's see. Trying to get in here and change my license. See, I think Renewed Vision doesn't give me a way to turn off a license. So I'm going to have to contact support and let them know I need to remove my license here. But let me know what y'all have going on. Like I said, that's the stuff that I have going on. All right, sorry about that. So we'll send that. Hopefully that'll get cleaned up and we can actually jump on the regular stuff. Hey, you're welcome. Back to Streets of Destiny. Now I know the context of it. Dell Precision T3600 workstation Intel Xine E5 120 gigabyte SSD boot drive. 1 terabyte hard drive, 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3. No, that's too slow. That is too slow. What is the purpose of what you're going to use the system for? Brother Art, that system is slow. And honestly, it's about 2 generations out. But it depends on the context of what you're going to use it on. Chad, do you have a physical media training manual or just videos? Chad, I'm actually working on something like that. It's actually going to be a project that I changed up. It's actually, hopefully I can get it this year, aiming for like October or November. But it's going to be called the Media Ministry Mentor, and it's actually going to be a class that I physically do, and then it's going to go into that's going to be recorded, and it's going to be turned into a course, and it's going to turn into something else to where it's actually going to be a workbook to guide media ministries through different processes. I'm working on that on top of finishing my book as well too. So that's what I got right now. But we are looking at producing some more materials. And I guess I should say this right now. I got to be careful how I say this, but I am looking at hiring some other people because, as y'all see in the day of the life, I am stretching myself thin, and I'm really looking at. Hopefully, y'all know how I do stuff. It's not about just the pennies and making the dollars. I want to make sure we educate and train and build and establish media ministries, and really looking for people to have the same type of mindset and the work ethic that I do, and looking at bringing on some other people so that I can duplicate myself. So I love traveling, but I can't travel everywhere at the same time. So be on the lookout. It's probably going to be on AJaytheCEO.com, maybe on my other sites. I'll put a link to it, but I'm going to start putting up some information because I am looking at bringing on some contractors right now. And then ultimately, as the revenues, I'm kind of digging myself out of a hole that happened with some projects that last year that kind of fell through. But once we get that, we're going to get back in the point of bringing on some contractors, bringing on some more full-time people or part-time people, then roll over to full-time so that we can expand and do some other stuff because there's a lot of people out there handing out some really, really, really bad information. I was watching one video, and this ain't a shame video. I'm just telling you me personally how I feel about it. I saw one video when people were recommending the type of cameras a church needs to use for their live streaming. And each camera, they're still promoting a $2,000 to $3,000 lens with a $2,500 camera each. That you don't need stuff like that. And I guess my opinion when it comes to that, like a lot of y'all have reached out and saying, like, I'm using a Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. That's what I'm using because I wanted to learn about those cameras. I've had Pastor Bell ask me about a camera like this, and I personally don't recommend stuff like that. I think the issue that other Christian YouTubers that talk about this stuff, they have painted this picture that you still need to throw so much money into equipment that you don't need. Like, I got this camera because this is something I wanted ever since I got it. But y'all have never seen me install one of these cameras unless somebody specifically asked for it, and I've had no ministry ask for it. I just don't understand. Like, I see people saying, "Hey, you want to take your production to the next level." I don't understand how a better image quality out that's going to 4K and 6K and 8K and 12K, how that's going to deliver the message of Jesus Christ better. I don't understand that. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm off. But anyway, we took a small little tangent there for a second. Jesus Faith Church. Hey, AJ, I have a Thermal Lake P3 T6 case, Arctic 420, Asus 3090, FireCoda 530, 1 terabyte. Want to finish the build. Can you recommend a MOBO, motherboard, power supply, CPU, RAM as well for vMix? I honestly would recommend the same one that I recently built. And I'll actually talk about the one that I have right here, right now. Let me actually show you exactly what I have used recently. So we cut over here. Let's take that down. Let's go to my recent orders. I like this case, but you already have a case. This is the one that I just built for a church. Oh, that's the other thing. I got to track. I built this computer for this church, and UPS still hasn't sent them the system yet, which is kind of disturbing. But anyway, this is X570 that I'm using for that. And then I actually used a Ryzen 9 5900X. That's actually what the processor I upgraded in this system as well too. Man, I got way too much stuff going on. I need to track this down. And this is the love of running a business at the same time, and I'm doing a lot of the stuff myself at the same time. All right, folks. My apologies. I got an emergency. It looks like I got to take care of real quick. Be on standby, folks. Again, my apologies. I'm gonna kick this back off here later this afternoon. This is something that is really demanding my attention right now. So my apologies. We'll be back. Be on the lookout. Make sure you have bell notifications on and everything like that. And y'all know I don't cut anything unless something urgent's coming up. So my apologies, folks. I will be back. Be on the lookout. Make sure you have notifications on. You'll see when I start this back up. I'm gonna try and get back on here. Hopefully this won't take an hour to take care of, but got an emergency, got some fires we got to put out. So I will be back and catch y'all later. Sorry about that.